Hello children, myself Mrs. Dimple Kundar from Seth Vidya Mandir English High School CBSE will continue reteaching maths for standard 6, lesson number 12, ratio and proportion. Children, let's continue ratio and proportion. I already explained what ratio is. Yes, when we compare two quantities, proportion is also when we compare four quantities together and find out whether they are equal or not. Now the next part of the lesson is unitary method. What is unitary method? The method in which we first find the value of one unit by dividing and then the value of required numbers of unit by multiplying is known as unitary method. So if it is given something, I have to find the cost of one. That will be, to find the cost of one, we have to divide. And when we have to find the cost of more, we have to multiply. Let's see one example. Cost of 6 cans of juice is 210. Then what will be the cost of 4 cans of juice? So according to the unitary method, 6 cans of juice cost rupees 210. So first unitary method, we have to find the cost of 1. So 1 can of juice will cost, what will we do to find the cost of 1? 210 I will divide by 6. 6 3s are 18, carry 3, 6 5s are 35. So rupees 35 is the cost of 1. What will be the cost of 4 cans? Now when we have the cost of 1, so 4 cans of juice will cost, what do we do to find the cost of 1 too many? 35 into 4. So 5 4s are 20, carry 2, 4 3s are 12, plus 2, 14. So the unitary method, unit 1 value. So finding the cost of, when more is given, find the cost of 1 by dividing, and then we find the cost of more by multiplying. So the cost of 4 cans of juice will be rupees 140. Let's see one more example. If the cost of a dozen soaps is 153.60 paise, what will be the cost of 15 such soaps? If a decimal comes, no need to worry. So 1 dozen, a dozen. What does 1 dozen mean? Yes. So 12 soaps. 12 soaps cost rupees, what is given? 153.60. So now according to the unitary method, we have to find the cost of, yes, 1. So 1 soap cost rupees, what I will do? 153.60 divided by 12. So let's do it in the rough work. 12 divided by 153.60. 12 ones are 12, remainder 3, bring the 3 down. Okay. 12 threes are 36. So 12 twos are 24, borrow and minus, 13 minus 4, 9. Bring the 6 down. When I bring that 6 down, what am I supposed to do? Put a decimal point on top. 12 eights are 96 and the 0 here. So it is rupees 12.80. So one soap is 12.80. 12 rupees 80 paise. Now we have to find the cost of 15. So cost of 15 soaps will be what? Cost of 1, that is rupees 12.80 into 15. So now again what do we do? 12.80 I will multiply by 15. 5 zeros are 0, 8 5s are 40, 5 2s are 10, 14, 5 1s are 5, 6. Put across 0, 8, 2, 1 and we will add 8 plus 4, 12, 6 plus 1, 7, plus 2, 9 and 1. And put the decimal point. Yes, so my cost is rupees 192.00 paise. So again unitary method, finding the cost of 1 and multiplying to find the cost of many. Let's just give a brief look at what we have discussed. For comparing quantities of the same type, we commonly use the method of taking the difference between the quantities. Okay, so whatever the quantities of the same type, we will find the difference or subtract. In some situations, comparison is made using division by seeing what is more. So this comparison is called as ratio, and we had learned that the sign of ratio is 2 dots and is pronounced as is to. So when I say the father example, Isha's weight is 25 and father's weight is 75. So how do we compare 25 upon 75 or 75 upon 25? That is 3:1. We reduce the ratio to its lowest term, and what fraction we get, we can put it in the ratio form. Okay, so next, for comparing the two quantities must be in the same unit. So if I want to compare a kilogram, I have to have the other unit also a kilogram. I cannot have different units. If they are not, we have to express in the same unit before the ratio is taken. So we have to convert it and then continue. Then one more thing to remember, that 3:2 is different from 2:3. The order in which the quantities are taken to express the ratio is very, very important. So we cannot just denote it by seeing the same numbers. A ratio may be treated as a fraction, or a fraction can be converted into the ratio. So if I say 10:3, it can be taken as 10 upon 3. Then two ratios are equivalent if the fractions corresponding to them are equal. So 3 upon 2. If I say 3 upon 2, it will be equal to 6 upon 4, because 2 2s are 4 and 3 2s are 6. I am multiplying both by 2. It will also be equal to 12 upon 8, because 2 into 4 is 8 and 3 into 4 is 12. See, I am multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same digits. And one more, a ratio can be expressed in the reduced form by dividing. Here we multiplied. Now 50 upon 15. I am dividing both by 5. When we go from a bigger number to smaller number, we divide. So 5 tens are 50 and 5 threes are 15. So 10 upon 3, the fraction value is written as 10:3. So always remember, when you go from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, we multiply the same digits, the numerator and denominator, by the same digits. And when you go from a bigger number to a smaller number, we divide by the same units. 4 quantities are said to be proportion. Now we finish with the ratio part. And now when we compare 4 quantities, it is called as proportion. And in this, the first and the second quantities is equal to the ratio of the third and fourth quantities. So if I say 3 upon 10, it will be equal to 15 upon 50. And if it is read as 3:10 is proportionate to 15:50. So 3:10 as 15:50. And in this, we have also learned about the extreme terms and the middle terms. The terms, the first and the last term, that is 3 and 50, are extreme terms, and the second and the third, that is 10 and 15, are the middle terms. Okay, in order of terms in proportion is important, because it will not be, if I say 3 upon 10 is not equal to 50 upon 15, it will be 15 upon 50. So you have to see the terms and arrange it whatever in the required position. And the last part what we did was the unitary method, where the method in which we first find the value of one unit by dividing, and then the value of required units by multiplying, is called as the unitary method. So if the cost of 1 is given, to find the cost of 4 cans, we will multiply. We have done these as examples. I think it is easy for you all to understand.